wanna go. Johnny wanna stay. Please, Nurse Gibbons, help me.
Somebody, shut him up!
There, Johnny. You're going to be okay. Doctor, what are you doing? I thought this was supposed to be minor shock therapy.
You're not here to ask questions. You do what you're told, and that's all you do. Now, my friend, I'd like to think of the big picture. Too bad you're not in it.
No!
You know, you're always bitching that your newspaper assignments aren't challenging.
Yeah, but...
I didn't say I was through. Did you see me pause? Huh? Did you? What am I, flapping my mouth so that I can fly away? Huh? Mr. I'm so damn good I don't have to even bother completing my articles? You had 2 days to finish that restaurant review. 2 days. So where the hell is it? People flip through the New Ars Chronicle because they want to know where's the happening place to eat. These people, our subscribers, turn to us for guidance. They need to be told where the best damn freshly caught worm-free sushi bar in this city is. But we can't tell them. Why? Because one little cub reporter doesn't think it's worth his time. It's not me you let down. It's all our faithful subscribers who every day look forward to opening up the style section of the newspaper and finding a new review of the best food joint that we could possibly grace the cover of our daily section with. So now where are they supposed to eat? At the restaurant we reviewed yesterday? Oh, you would love that, wouldn't you? You'd love to see people being forced into eating at some day-old review diner. Well, it's not gonna happen, damn it! The only reason we don't print a new restaurant review every day is because lazy, lint-picking entrepreneurs don't have the brass cojones to build them fast enough! Damn it, I'll build them my goddamn self if I got them. Now, you son of a stooge, don't ever bitch to me that your assignments are too easy when you can't even get them done! I ever hear you bad-mouthing me, I'm gonna make you staff writer for the obituary. The only reason I'm not canning your hiney for the week is because Steve is sick, and I need some ass-kisser with a pencil to interview Victor Ambrose. So here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna run immediately to the Ambrose Foundation, and after an amazing first impression, you're gonna interview that rich flake with a depth that only God himself could have. In addition, you're gonna hand me that Skyline restaurant review, and it's gonna be so damn detailed, it'll be one step short from printing their goddamn special sauce recipe.
Wait. You mean I get to interview Mr. Ambrose? The Victor Ambrose?
Take a Q-tip and rub the wax out of your ear so I can stop repeating myself. The answer is yeah. Now stop thinking what a great guy I am and get the hell out of here before I get angry.
For 75 cents, you can own the city's premier tabloid newspaper. And for 20 more, you can be editor-in-chief. Me, I'm a reporter, and it's another dog day at the New Aris Chronicle.
More mousse than hair, more sweat than deodorant. Hallmags is a man of many shortcomings. A letter knife sits on top of the small filing cabinet. You slip the letter knife into your pocket and hope you won't trip. The space beyond the door leads to your person. The space beyond the... Your colleague Doug appears to be relaxing on the couch. Hillary arches over her paperwork.
Hey, heard you're getting chewed up by Mr. H again. Well, it's almost a full moon. You've got to expect a little insanity around here. Which reminds me, there's supposed to be a lunar eclipse coming up in a few days. You know, I've never actually seen one. Not true. I found a nice little place a couple miles away from here. If you want, I can take you along. Not a bad idea.
A collection of pens, coffee mugs, and loose papers clutter your desk. A notepad sits between the monitor and the cubicle wall. You grab a pen and your notepad for the upcoming interview with Victor Ambrose. The dartboard has seen altogether too much use. Holes reside in every aspect, including the bullseye. You take your set of lucky darts. Behind the constellation of holes lies Hallmag's unaffected sneer. She smiles at you as you approach.
He must be in a good mood. He didn't yell at you. Did he give you another crappy assignment this time? I can't understand it. Just a couple of years ago you broke that big story about Steve Lawson embezzling police money. And what happens? Hallmegs follows it up with another crappy assignment? You were the hottest commodity. Tim, that's not nice. Bye. Oh, and Tim, lighten up. I'm sure the rest of the day will turn out great.
A large revolver. A stocky-looking man is trying to pry open the door to Hallmag's car with a crowbar. Hallmag's pride and joy, and the object of everyone else's envy. A blue van is parked outside the neighboring building. It has been there for the past few days and shows no sign of moving. A red canopy shelters the entrance to the nearby office block. You take the subway to the Ambrose Foundation.
How many fluff stories can I be assigned? After 2 years, I think he would hand me a story that would have some meaning. But then Mr. Hallmags wouldn't trouble himself with articles that required thought. I'm just so sick of taking these trivial assignments. I should be covering the river riots or the rise of crime in the inner cities. Yeah, well, I have to admit, this interview looks to be more high class than the ones I've done in the past. I mean, here's a self-made entrepreneur who's accumulated millions of dollars when he was practically still in diapers. And his hobbies are impressive. Senior judge of the Dab and Wine Tasting Society and founder of the Helping Brushstroke Club, which has not only given art supplies to poor inner-city schools, but they've also provided a gallery for troubled teens to display their work. I think Victor tries to outdo himself with every charitable project, and did his last one outdo them all. Building a free psychiatric hospital for the mentally disturbed? That has to impress even the most callous cynic. I just wonder how Hallmags was able to book an appointment with him, especially considering the reputation that Chronicle has.
The receptionist is occupied with paperwork. She seems friendly enough. The receptionist looks toward you as you approach her.
Can I have your name, please? Let's see here. No Tim Matchin. Sorry. I checked the book twice and you're not on the list. I'm sorry, but I don't believe there's been a mistake. Well, when did you make the appointment? That would explain it. We had a temp here a few days ago who left the place in shambles. Let's just say that the only thing she could file properly was her fingernails. All right, here's what I'll do. I'm going to squeeze you in right before his next appointment. Mr. Ambrose should be here already. It's not like him to be tardy. Why don't you just relax for a few moments until he arrives?
Carolyn, you didn't mention I had any meetings right now. I hope you'll forgive my tardiness, Mr. It's possible. Why don't you step into my office? Now, what is the nature of your visit, Mr. Matchin? Where are my manners? That would be fine, Mr. Matchin. But excuse me for a moment while I go wipe my hands. I was feeding my pet. Now, Mr. Matchin, let's get down to the interview. Well, that rather depends on how this interview goes. walked down these halls, didn't you feel it? Presence, Mr. Machin. Yes, the presence felt when sharing the same space with great ambition. When I pass by my employees, they radiate a presence so potent that virtually slaps you on the back. Sadly, though, if we went in our cars and drove down a few blocks and then stepped out, you would feel it, a chill coldness. Ghettos are a lonely void, Mr. Machin. You reach out for that drive felt from the human spirit, and when none is to be found, you withdraw, afraid to feel the emptiness, the cold. Look around you and you'll find partially dead drug abusers and vagrants who have only a cardboard box to call home. Nothing is sadder than wasted potential. Unfortunately, that seems to be our greatest import. Everything runs in cycles, Mr. Machin. For many years, the government took a very conservative stance. Then it swung towards liberal, and now back to conservative. Have you ever studied nature, Mr. Machin? Ice turns to water, water evaporates to a gaseous form, and then precipitates back to water. Cycles, Mr. Machin. Be they fashion or poverty, they are always present. Mr. Machin, I've made a career of studying patterns. That is why I'm on top. If you follow patterns like those in a rug, they will lead you to the other end. If I talk about an idea, they call it philosophy. If I perform an idea, they say it's science. And if I make money, they claim it's business. You can choose any title you wish, but what matters is its essence, not its name. Well, as I previously mentioned, there is nothing sadder than wasted potential, and I fully intend to prevent it. This hospital has often been referred to as a warehouse for undesirables, but I see it as a first step towards progression. I feel my actions and my work represent me far better than I could tell you. Yes.
Victor sits at his desk looking through some forms. You walk through the doorway into the lobby. This cardboard box must have been recently dropped off by the courier. On it, a label reads, Paper Product.
A long, dull letter.
With a little effort, the dull paper knife breaks the box seal. You open up the flaps. Inside, you find a stack of food shelter tickets. You pick one up when the receptionist is not looking. You leave the lobby and enter the subway. You take the subway to the New Aris Chronicle.
That really turned out to be an intense interview. I think Victor's enthusiasm is contagious because I feel like writing a top-notch article. Of course, if I did, Holmegs would be sure to chop down my article to a little column. Everything's one column. That way he has room enough for the trashy articles. I don't have room enough for an article on crime against the elderly, but people's astrological signs need to take up a half a page. Not that anyone would bother writing an important scoop. Look at me. The only life-affecting article I've ever signed my name to was the contract with the Chronicle, and I still have 3 years of it to fulfill.
You play back your messages.
Matchin, this is Nick. Here's the last of those favors I owe you. Let me tell you, it's big. Real big. Meet me at the usual place at Heisenberg Park in an hour.